Salvo, yeah.
To see us talk about the other half of Cambrian that I'm going to use for training. You know what they do there? Frisbee golf. That's on the base.
What's that?
The part of the base that I use for training, Frisbee golf is on it.
Okay, John.
I'll just be 1 second.
Okay,
2019.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock.
we are live.
This is the number.
Sure.
It's 1 o'clock. We'll call the April 11th Board of Commissioner meeting to order. We're going to start out with a prayer from Commissioner Heberlein and the pledge from Commissioner Lee.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us. We thank you for the opportunity to meet as elected officials of our county. And Lord, as we go through our meeting and we address the different issues we have on our agenda today, we ask for your guidance and your direction as we make those decisions. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Leslie, roll call, please.
District 1 Chairman John Block,
Present.
District 2 Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Here.
District 3 Commissioner Gary Heberlein.
Present.
District 4 Commissioner Bill Sarkella is absent. District 5 Commissioner Christine Lee. Here. District 6 Commissioner Evans Ehart.
Here.
District 7 Commissioner John Moody.
Here. Thank you, Leslie.
Here.
Okay, so there are no additions, corrections, or deletions to today's agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Moody to adopt the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Agenda is adopted. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve our meeting minutes from April 4th if there are no corrections.
Make them.
I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, support from Commissioner Heberlein to approve the meeting minutes from April 4th. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Correspondence was received by email from Jody the other day, so we'll move into commissioner reports. We'll start with Commissioner Ballard.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
You ready for me? I wasn't ready. I attended Martintown Township meeting last week, and there's a few things that they discussed. They're working on their 2023 budget, and they're nearly done with that.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Gary. Christine?
I attended Elmer Township meeting on March 30th, and like they were doing their budget that night and stuff. And then I attended Brown City's meeting on Monday, and everything's going smoothly right now.
Very good. Thank you. I had a Marion Township meeting last week. Normal, they were getting gravel for the roads, standard stuff. That's all I had.
I had no meetings between this meeting or last meeting.
Okay. John?
I didn't. We had Speaker Township. It was just one of the regular meetings that not a whole lot went on with it. It's just lots of public comment again. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is National Telecommunicators Week, which is our 911 dispatchers. I'd like to thank Dawn and her staff for everything that they do.
Very good. Thank you, John. Appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. This time, Nathan, your administrator report.
Yeah, I don't have too much to report for an administrator's report. I do, to follow up, I did meet with Cole Wood over at the EOC, and from Lisa McLean's office, he thinks that would be a good possibility for a place. So we've got that going. Also, facilitating a meeting on the 20th to meet with some of the folks that are currently housed in the health department building to discuss some space options for them and whether there'd be better landing spots for the different departments over there. So we're going to have that meeting on the 20th. So
That sounds
keep you guys posted on that.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan. Is there any questions for Nathan? Hearing none, we'll move on to public comments pertaining to today's agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to the agenda today? Seeing none, we'll move on. There are no appointments to be made, no resolutions, so that we will land in committee reports, and we will start with Commissioner Moody.
I have none.
Okay, Evans? The same. Okay. I had a save council meeting this morning. Pretty boilerplate, normal stuff. Nothing to report. Christine?
I had a LEPC Committee Emergency Management meeting last Wednesday, and it had a good turnout. There was more fire chiefs there than I was at the last meeting. And basically, they were talking about how some of the departments are low as far as firemen, what can they do and whatever. And then they talked about that they're gonna have to take back to their different boards and whatever, joining this group, but until they get like that, I'm not gonna say too much about it.
Anything else?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Thanks, Christine. Gary?
We had our parks and recreation meeting last week, and I'm gonna give my time to Commissioner Ballard to bring up the internet.
You're in the hot seat now, Roger.
In other words, he doesn't remember what we talked about.
I didn't want to say that we give Roger a big raise.
I'll look forward to that. You done?
Yeah,
That's it?
that was a lot.
Yeah, we had a park meeting.
Down again.
Really just a lot of ongoing projects with the parks. Our new appointee did attend the meeting, Jim, what was his name? I can't remember. Turpin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he attended the meeting. So yeah, that went well. DTF meeting yesterday, really nothing to talk about there that I can talk about. And I had a CMH program committee meeting today, and they arranged a tour of the campus. It's been 2 years, and I know they've changed a lot of things around us, so it was interesting. That's a very busy place, very busy.
Yeah.
A lot of good happens there. So that's it.
Thanks, Roger. I forgot one thing in my report. We had a technology meeting after our last BOC meeting last week, and some good news came out of that. We do have another IT person hired to fill a role here in the county, which has been much needed and needed for a long time. So,
John, one thing I did forget in my report too. Megan Chisholm had reached out to me a couple of years ago when we were talking about opening MCDC. And as some of you may remember, they wanted to open that up to cover Medicaid patients and patients that couldn't afford to go to a local dentist. And as you recall, well, maybe you don't recall, I don't know if it was on the board at the time. We I think at that time passed a resolution to move on that and open that up. Since the COVID, that's been shut down. So I pulled that email up a couple of weeks ago, sent Megan a response back to her and asked her what was going on with MCDC, because it's been closed for what, 2-3 years. And last Friday, I received a reply she forwarded that to Bryant, and he replied, and the biggest challenge they can find dentists, but they have to have a supervisor over them, dentists, and they can't find them. So, he don't have a plan when they're going to open it, but the plan is to open it back up, but until they find the correct people, they're not going to open it up. So,
okay. Good information. Thanks, Gary. Anything further for committee reports? Okay, seeing none. I see no need for unfinished business as there's nothing listed, so that will move us into new business. We will start with FA 053-23, authorization to award purchase of wireless card readers. Roger's going to read the motions for us today. Okay.
The Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes and awards ESCON Group the bid to install wireless hardware as well as the programming needed for 13 wireless card access doors to the existing Sims card access system at a cost not to exceed $33,644 with funding of $14,419 from the RAPCAP grant reimbursement and $19,225 from ARPA funds.
support.
I have a motion from Vice Chairman Ballard, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Moving on to FA 054-23, authorization and award update of digital security cameras.
The Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes and awards high-tech the bid to update the digital security cameras in the courthouse building at a cost not to exceed $35,398.60 with funding of 50% from RAPCAP grant reimbursement and 50% from ARPA funds.
A motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 055-23, authorization to purchase enclosed trailer.
The Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the Sheriff's Office purchase a 2023 Lightning 8.5 by 7.5 by 16 foot enclosed aluminum bumper pole style trailer from Swartz Trailer Sales LLC of Harbor Beach at a cost not to exceed $11,000 for immediate approval, with funding of $8,000 from Sufton Legacy Fund and $3,000 from the sale of an older work crew trailer.
A motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Moody. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 056-23, authorization and award purchase of garage.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes and awards Elite Overhead Doors Incorporated the bid for the purpose of replacing the garage door on the east side of the recycling center building at a cost not to exceed $5,595 with funding from the recycling village.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 057-23, authorization and award Lexington Park Maintenance Building Project.
The Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes and awards Keys Construction Incorporated the bid for the purpose of an addition to the Lexington Park Maintenance Garage for immediate approval at a cost not to exceed $27,500 with funding from the park.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Now moving on to NFA 004-23, adoption of 2023 equalization report. And that number, Roger, do you have that number there in front of you?
2023 SE.
Yep, you got it.
The Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby adopts the 2023 equalization report as presented with a total county equalized value of $3,113,256,657. Bigger numbers than I have in my checkbook. And further authorizes the equalization director to make any amendments needed to the total county equalized value prior to the submission to the state tax commission.
We have a motion from Commissioner Ballard,
Support.
support from Commissioner Lee. Is there discussion?
Yes. Should we hold off on this till we have any questions or?
Well, I think this is
This is when you do it.
yeah, this is the statutory meeting for setting the equalization report.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yep.
I'm good.
Okay. Any further discussion related to NFA 004-23? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, that concludes new business. At this time, I'll entertain general public comments. Is there any general public comments today? Seeing none, I see no need for closed session or closed session minutes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, support from Commissioner Ehart to adjourn. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 1:15.